Okay, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on the time in your part of the world. I hope your day is off to a great start or your day has been great. Okay, thank you for joining us on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on X. Wow, it's been a few days, isn't it? Yes. We've been busy at this end. Ah, I can hear you. Yes, my mic was muted for a second. Can everybody hear me now? I need someone to confirm you can hear me. Yes, thank you. All right. Yes. Can you hear me? Yes, okay, good. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Um, yes, we're not going to be long today. We are aware that for some of us, it's pretty late, right? In the UK, it's past 9 p.m. In Nigeria, past 9 p.m. In the UAE, it's past 12 midnight. All right. For my friends in Australia, it's very early in the morning. Okay, good to see you, everybody. Yes. Peter Muridi in Nairobi, Kenya. Good to see you. David Imafidon in Nigeria. Good to see you. Sam 7 in Kumasi, Ghana. It's good to see you again on here. Oh, my good friend Anne Bruce in Los Angeles. Good to see you. Tokumbo is in Germany. Good to see you. By the way, if it's your first time ever of joining us on the Leadership Live, this is a global event. We are a global community that value leadership, okay? And to us in our community, leadership is not just about you occupying a position. Leadership is the ability to influence one or more people to achieve great goals. Keyword influence. Yes, that's the operative word, influence. And influence is the ability to alter the state of a person, place, or thing. And we say in our community, all of us can influence. When the definition of leadership comes down to that, all of us have influence. All of us can alter the state of other people. You know, if you want to test it, if you have someone close by you, give them a big smile and watch what will happen to them. They'll smile back at you. You just altered the person's state. Even if they were worrying temporarily, yes, you just shifted or altered their state. So all of us can influence. Can we do it now? So we ask us to do it practically. Just repost the link to this broadcast or share it. Test your influence, right? Yes, share this live with someone now. You just never know. I'll tell you, one of the greatest challenges we have in our world right now is that a lot of people occupy leadership positions who are not prepared. Not their fault. Leadership is so important. It's just that a lot of people don't know it's a science and an art. It can be learned. Just like you go to flying school to learn how to fly an aircraft, that's how you got to learn leadership. And many people just take it for granted, right? Yeah. So we have a lot of people who did not go to the leadership flying school who are flying our aircrafts all over the world right now. So those of us in our community take the responsibility, right, to prepare ourselves. So you just never know. If you share this with someone, bring them into this room right now. It may be one of the biggest investments, greatest investments you made in their lives. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for doing it. All right. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Simpson from Wales. Good to see you again. Pastor Tim Baker. Good to see you again from Chicago. Rotimi is in Atlanta. Mr. Johnson is in Kwara State, Nigeria. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you. Fantastic. Mary is in Nigeria. Good to see you. Oh, Tokumbo says it's past 10 p.m. in Europe. I agree. True, true, true. Right? Boluwatife, Nigeria. Good to see you. Emmanuel in Kogi State, Nigeria. Good to see you. Teresa in Nigeria. Good to see you. Good to see you. Samuel in Lagos. Rude. Okay, Poznan in Poland. Wow, so good to see you. Peace is in Nigeria. Mary is in Niger State, I believe, in Nigeria. Matt is in Akure, Nigeria. Daniel in Nigeria. Another Daniel in Nigeria. Odunayo says, shift. I'm here to experience this shift, honestly. Yes, I hope that happens today. I hope that is everyone's experience. Matthias is in Makodi, Nigeria. Good to see you, Dr. Maria. She's in Brazil. Annin is in Ghana. Oyebola in Lagos, Nigeria. Good to see you all. Thank you so much. Oh, Mary, it's your first time here. Fantastic. If it's your first time here, a very special welcome to every single one of you attending for the first time. Sam, my namesake, is in Ibadan, Nigeria. Kizito is in Nigeria. Joshua in Lagos, Nigeria. Fortune in Nigeria. Musa in Maiduguri, Nigeria. Angela in Lekki, Lagos. Rose in Aberdeen. That's Scotland, right? Ibile Claudius in Lagos, Nigeria. Tayo in Ado-Ekiti, Nigeria. Lugard in Warri, Nigeria. Deborah in the UK. Leon in Benin City. Sukumi in Lagos. Adedamola in England. Favor in Lagos. Nicholas in Ireland. Right. It's 11 p.m. in Doha. Ibrahim, thank you. Amazing. Olopade in Lagos, Nigeria. Caps is in South Africa. Muyiwa in Lagos. Habiba in Kano. Kiana in Kaduna. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Patrick in Abuja. Prophet David in Italy. Awuniji Dan. Lagos, Jones, Abuja, Oriyomi, Ibadan, Inioluwa in Lagos, Anthony in Abuja. Olariwaju, it's your first time, so special welcome to you. Ezekiah in Abuja, Father in Abuja, Chinyere in Lagos. Fantastic. Everyone attending for the first time, special welcome to you. Christiana in Lagos. Oh, Teresa, it's your first time. You're welcome. Adam in Benin City. Olawale in Lagos. Matthias in Cannock, England. Shegun is also in England. Prosper in Lagos. Kosi, good to have you here. All the way from Moscow. Wow. Caleb, thank you for joining from Edinburgh, Scotland. Samuel in Lagos. Solomon in Mina. Godwin in Yola. Kenny in Ekiti. Samson in Ikorodu. Emmanuel in Ibadan. It says, your book, Ideas Rule the World, gifted by my childhood friend, still lies vibrant in my library. Thank you. Stories come every week from that book. Oluwase is in Jos, Kemi is in Switzerland. Wow, this is truly a global event. Thank you for joining us. Victory in Port Harcourt, Precious in Uyo, Tobiloba in Lagos, Shego in Monrovia, Liberia, Nelson in Taraba, Lawale in Ogun State, Mile in Lagos, Tam in Lagos, Shade in Canada. Wow, Precious, it's your first time. Special welcome to you. Toluwalashe in Lagos. Thank you, everyone. Like I said, so thank you, thank you. As more people join us, we'll be welcoming them. Then, like I said, we are not taking that much time today. Our format is I'll share some thoughts on leadership, and then we'll go into the discussion session where you'll ask me questions in the chat room. Don't post the questions yet. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Okay? Everything rises and falls on leadership, says John Maxwell. And in the business world, they say the fish rots from the head, right? The fish rots from the head. If something is going to go wrong, it goes wrong from leadership. And I say where the head goes, that's where the rest of the body goes. Yeah, if you look at a bull or a cow, you get that even more clearly. Where the head goes, that's where the rest of the body goes. So that's why we usually use the word head to describe leaders. About 3 weeks ago, we had a conference in Lagos, Nigeria, that we called the Global Church Systems Conference, right? We had over 1,200 pastors in the room, and we were discussing church systems. And, you know, we decided to just tell the story. It was a transformative experience. Many of the pastors there that I know who are in their 50s and 60s were saying, this is the most powerful pastors conference I have ever attended. And this was because of how practical it was in helping to build systems. Not many people talk to pastors about building systems, talk about preaching and praying for people, right? And getting miracles to happen in people's lives. However, all those things attract people. The more you develop your capacity for solving problems, the more you're going to attract people, because people have problems and people want to solve their problems, right? But if you do not develop organizational skills, you just find out for many churches, people flow in and flow out, same rate. In fact, the data in the United States is or says 90% of churches have less than 250 people attending. 90%, just to tell you how huge this issue is. However, it's not only a church thing, it's the same thing in the business world. Most businesses are run only by the founders, right? Only by the owners. And what makes the major difference between a business run by one person and the one that is an organization is systems. Once you are able to crack this systems issue, the next thing is growth. So, and that was what happened in Daystar Christian Center in Lagos, Nigeria, some 26 years ago, right? 26, 27 years ago, we went through a transformation and we set in systems, established systems, and the church just went boom, right? Boom. Went from 500 to 5,000 in 2 years. Just ability to build systems, right? Good. So as at the conference, we didn't go too much into the sophistication of the systems, especially, I mean, Daystar Christian Center is over 30 years old, right? And like I said, we did the system shift 26, 27 years ago, right? So the systems are really sophisticated. So we did not go into the sophistication of systems, although we let people be aware of how the systems work, like the head of finance, head of HR and admin, head of media production, head of communications department, head of IT. They all made presentations, right? Just to describe how those parts of our systems run, okay? Now, our focus was on the people part of systems building. You see, systems don't run themselves. People do. Systems don't run themselves. People run systems. And you can't build and run systems without shifting people's mindsets and their beliefs and their values and ultimately their culture, right? That was a big emphasis there. So what we then did was to bring in the people that we built. We did the system change together 26, 27 years ago, and they described it right from different angles. It was just so powerful, right? So powerful. For example, we emphasized the fact, right, that to shift mindsets, you have to have a strong training system in an organization, right? So I described how we looked at our training system at Daystar and decided it was not sufficient to produce the kind of a person that our vision says we will produce. So we redesigned the training from 10 classes to 30. And I took the classes 1 hour before the service on Sunday in the church. I took the training myself, 30 straight weeks. And I described how at the first class, I saw what was wrong with us as an organization. People were strolling into the class till I ended the class. So I said, excuse me, I observed you people were strolling in till I ended this class. I said, that's not going to work, especially because this is God's work. I said, I'm not raising spiritual civilians, I am raising spiritual soldiers. And in the military, there must be discipline. Next Sunday, 10 minutes after I start the class, I'm going to ask the ushers to lock the doors. If you want to come in, please come in. If you don't want to come in, please stay home. Okay? We're not going to serve God here on our own terms. We have to serve him on his own terms. And then the following Sunday, I saw people running in to beat the time. I said, fine, right? Culture shifting. In fact, at the end of that second class, I said, you know what? I've cut the time down to 5 minutes. If whatever happens, just forget whatever it is and run in here, okay? So that's how we began to shift. Now, I had to change. I'm the nice kind, right? I don't like to hurt people. I don't like to make life difficult for people. Fine. But if you don't demand commitment from people, you're not going to get it. And you will be shocked to see the same people who are acting in a lackadaisical manner with you, and you'll see them in another group that is being led by another leader, and you'll see them give 10 times the commitment that they're giving with you, simply because you're not asking, okay? So I became that leader that set standards and submitted myself to those standards. And I watched as people rose to meet the bar, right? As we raised the bar of commitment. It's amazing. Okay, so with time, we also had people who refused, right, to take the classes, to do whatever. And then I had to begin to impose the discipline that we had collectively agreed on, okay? So if you're going to be a leader that would transform organizations, transform whole nations, you've got to be a leader that is willing to shift people's mindsets. and shift their value systems. They have to rearrange, they have to prioritize. There's nobody does not have opportunities in our world. Nobody does not have some basic resources. Most people just have their priorities out of whack, right? So as a leader, training is important. You've got to be talking, right? You've got to be describing your vision over and over, your mission over and over. You've got to let people know what your values are. I mean, the values of your group, organization. And you have to model aligning with those values, right? Let me give you another example. So we observed that the people were coming late to the church services, because you have what you call African time, right? And churches in Nigeria have also, or in Africa, have designed a way to make room for the people that come late. So in Pentecostal churches, you have what we call praise and worship. So you sing and dance. So churches extend it, right? 45 minutes, 1 hour. And it's actually an informal way of waiting for the people that are coming late. Now, the members already know the church is waiting for them. So when the service should start, that's when some of them will be going into their bathroom, right? And we wanted to shift that culture. So what did we do? So I just said, cut the time down. The praise and worship, cut it down to 15 minutes. And as soon as it ends, I'm starting the preaching. Because after the praise and worship, usually you will have other things. They will make announcements. They will take a special song. They'll do this and do that. I just cut all of those off, went straight into the preaching, and then pushed all those things, announcements, and so on after the preaching. So some people were strolling in, and they had the announcement, special welcome for people coming for the first time. They thought we were just warming up in the service. We just ended the service, and they were shocked. It was like, what? The preaching has been done already? Yes, it's been done. Thank you. So we have to do that a few weeks, right? Shock people, shift their mindsets, right? To create a new culture with time. And then we said something. Even if it's only one person that is in the hall, if a service is starting at so time, it starts, right? You do that for some time, then it becomes the culture. Everybody becomes used to it, right? Of course, with the large numbers, we began to run multiple weddings on some weekends. I mean, sometimes we have 4 weddings, sometimes 5, sometimes 6, right? On a particular day, on a Saturday. And we asked church members, can we do the joining together? Can we do your wedding together, mass wedding? They said, no. Each person wants to do theirs separately. We said, okay, fine. So we do a lot of training for about 6 months before your wedding. We attach you to a couple, actually, and we have a very rich curriculum. And then we make the service short, 45 to 50 minutes. And this is how it runs. Processional hymn, you file in, preaching, 10 minutes, joining comes next. That's the most important part of that service. We cut off the long preaching. We said, the people who are waiting won't even hear what you're saying. They want to go to the moon anyway. So, because when we end your wedding, the recessional aim, as you file out, there's another couple by the door who's ready to come in. And sometimes we run 4 weddings straight like that, in one of our halls. And sometimes when we have a huge rush, this usually happens in December, we have another team of pastors who are conducting weddings in another hall. But this is where I'm going. Because it's the culture. When someone wants to wed in our church, especially persons are very likely a member, they want their relations. They want their relations. They don't wait. In my church, they don't wait. So there was a particular scenario where the bride had been warning her family members. They don't wait. In my church, they don't wait. But you know, again, it's the culture, African time, they call it. When she saw it was time, she jumped into her car. Others were not ready. She jumped into the car and drove herself, right? She was supposed to be driven by someone. She jumped into the car, drove herself to church. Everybody was running to catch up with her. If you're going to be a leader, you're going to see change, you're going to see transformation, you're going to make things right. I'm saying you've got to create shifts in people's thinking, shifts in their belief system, shifts in their values, right? Yes. You want to build systems, get ready for culture shifts. So that's why I wrote the book Shifts, right? That's why I wrote the book Shifts. 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. Why? We humans are programmable creatures. Programmable. The scientists say that when something is repetitive in your conscious mind, your conscious mind pushes it down to your subconscious mind, they call it. Now, subconscious mind, when I say subconscious mind now, it will seem to you like, oh, it's inferior to the conscious mind. Perish the thought. That subconscious, that is the big deal. Some people call it heart, right? It's so powerful. It puts your life on autopilot. You know what the scientists discovered from their research? They said 96%. 96% of our decisions are made by the subconscious mind. Long before your conscious mind started rationalizing and getting the logic of the matter and deciding, your subconscious mind already decided. You think you are thinking, but it is your programming, your subconscious mind that is making decisions for you. It's amazing. Why do people make New Year resolutions and the New Year resolutions don't work? Because again, from research showed that 90% of New Year resolutions fail within the first 60 days of the year. Why? They found out that the New Year resolutions that most people make or the goals that they set do not align with the programming. Do not align with the programming. The programming wins always. The programming. So if you really want to change your life, you've got to change the programming. And programming is not something you change in one day. That's why I wrote the book, right? Oh, some people are asking, how do I get the book? If you are in Nigeria, check at Roving Heights on Instagram, right? Roving Heights, or you can just Google their name, Roving Heights Bookshop. They have bookshops in Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja. In fact, 3 bookshops in Abuja alone. So, or you just send them a DM or call them on the phone. They'll get the book to you anywhere in Nigeria. If you are in the US, then Walmart, Target, Barnes & Noble, Amazon. If you're anywhere where you can order a book on Amazon, it's there. All right, good. Programming yourself is not a day's job, it's a daily job. Okay, it's not a day's job, it's a daily job. So the people who attended that conference in Lagos, right now we're onboarding them on a community platform where they can be interacting with others 24/7. right? If they meet any challenge in executing, because the way we structured each session, 30 minutes of teaching or a lecture, 10 minutes of reflection, because we knew we were assaulting people's mindsets, right? Assaulting cultural mindsets and programming. So 30 minutes of lecture, 10 minutes of reflection. You sit down and think over the things you heard. Then 30 minutes of table discussion, right? And we gave them prompt questions. That's why it was really different. Then on the second day, it was 2 days, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. On the second day after lunch, then I took a session on implementation labs, right? We gave them a link, a QR code, and give them a diagnostic tool that helped them to identify the three priority systems that they needed to change, each of them in their churches. And we asked each pastor to come with a team of people, so they were on their tables. So they identified three priority systems they wanted to change over the next 12 months. We took them through the exercise and then left them to discuss. It was animated discussions. We had a short interlude. Then we had another session, the action planning session, where we asked them to take the number one priority system they wanted to change, and they developed a plan of action for the next 90 days so they could hit the ground running. But more importantly, we bombarded them on a community platform where they can be interacting every single day. Why? We're talking about changing your programming, right? We're talking about changing your programming. Changing your programming is not a day's job. It's a daily job. It is leaders that can shift mindsets, beliefs, values, and ultimately culture that will transform our world. That's what we're doing right here, right? Those are the leaders here, okay? Good. So everything we do here on our platform is about programming. And when you look at it from that viewpoint, then you will understand more the things that we're doing, okay? It's about programming. It's about programming. There is something that you call self-image, right? The picture that you hold on the inside about yourself. That picture controls your life. You won't attempt anything beyond the capacity of that person that you see on the inside, right? So that's where the job starts from. Success is first within and then without. James Allen said, you cannot travel within and stand still without. You can't shift on the inside and your outside will not change. Your outside has been designed by God to always struggle to catch up with your inside. So, yes, I'm gonna take a few questions before we go. Like I said, we're not going to be long today. I just wanted to know, in this book, the first 4 chapters, I describe the SHIFTS principles. SHIFTS is an acronym for seeing, hearing, insight, right? See, hear, insight, formulate, transform, succeed. And the principle is whatever you see and hear consistently over time will enter your heart. Whatever, and you can be intentional about it. Your programming is happening every day based on what you are seeing and hearing. That's what this book rests on. Whatever you're seeing and hearing, and I'm challenging you, take control of what you see and hear, especially what you see and hear consistently. Australia banned social media for all their citizens that are below the age of 16. That's not a joke. France has followed suit. That's not a joke. The UK is discussing doing the same thing. Why? Why? Because they literally can see the future. They know the future is being created, because that seeing and hearing is what happens in the schools every day, isn't it? Yes. That's why the entertainment system is so powerful. And we're saying, okay, you be intentional about what you see and hear. But today, my emphasis is, so after the first 4 chapters that explain the principles, the shifts principles, chapter 5 is on personal shifts, leveraging the principles to change your life. Chapter 6 is on professional shifts, how you can use the principles to transform teams and organizations. Chapter 7 is on global shifts, how you can use it to change whole nations. And that's what we're aiming for, to see whole nations. But today I've spoken about organizations, right? Yes, I'm talking about organizational shifts. That you've got to be a leader who can shift the culture in your team, in your organization. And if you're going to do that, you're going to be intentional about what your people are seeing and hearing. When I began to travel out of UK, did the same last month. Thank you, sir. I thought they were still discussing on it, right? See, when I began to travel out of Africa, it had a profound effect on me. First trip out of Africa was to Dubai, UAE, year 2000. That was 26 years ago. Normal was redefined. Normal was redefined for me. It shifted, just shifted the standards for me. I said bye-bye to mediocrity, okay? And then visited the UK for the first time, visited the US for the first time. It was mind shifting. Anyway, so our staff saw the impact. In fact, I began to then insist that our staff had to travel out of Nigeria. You had to take your vacation and you had to travel. I was finding it difficult to explain all the things I was seeing in my travels, right? They just found out there were things I could accept before that I could not accept anymore. Standards I could take before that I could not take anymore. I needed them to go themselves. It was life changing. But this particular story, which is in the book, is about one of our managers. The people in her team approached her and said they saw the effect of international travel on her, and said they also wanted to go to Dubai, right? And these were people who manage our facilities. They said with all the construction going on in Dubai, they wanted to go there and learn a bit about how they maintain those structures. And they made an offer that if our organization was willing to pay the balance, they were willing to put down 50% of the money. And I said, wow, these are serious-minded people. I approved it. And they traveled. When they came back, they something had happened to their brains. One of them told me, he said, I had headache all through from the day we got there to the day we came back because of what was happening in my brain, right? They changed. After they came back, one of them one day just saw some flowers by our car park and asked her manager, are these flowers? Are these flowers? Look, if we want to have flowers, let's have flowers. If we're not having flowers, let's not have flowers. But these are not going to cut it at all. If you don't mind, can I root these out? Can I take them out? They gave him the permission and he pulled them out. Said, we'll plant new ones, okay? Was having impact. Anyway, everything we do here, yes, exposure. That's what it is, right? That's what we called it in the book, exposure. It's so powerful. You need to move. You want to change your life? You need to see a new environment. You need to talk to new people, have conversations with new people, interact with new places or new people, right? Good. So thank you for being a part of our community. Something is happening in Cyprus, November 20 to 24. It's our C-suite retreat. We call it C-suite retreat. It's for founders and CEOs, and the conversations that we have there are so powerful. We were in Casablanca in early June. It was life-changing for the people there. Yes, in Cyprus, right, in Europe, close to Greece, it's maximum 20 people, right? So the spaces are really, really limited. And I think we have only like 5 or 6 slots left. So if you're going to join us, you need to grab it fast, right? Remember, it's for founders and CEOs. We spoil the people that attend, okay? It's a 5-star hotel. It's luxurious, and we make room also for you to enjoy yourself, okay? We were in Dubai last year, yeah, and we were able to go on a yacht, right? On a yacht ride and all that. Okay, so if you are interested, send an email to our manager, David, info@samademiglc.com, info@samademiglc.com, or you can go on my link tree. You actually need to apply. Okay, good. I think this more straightforward thing to do is to apply, right? Yes. Go on my link tree, linktr.ee/samademi, or go on my social media page, my profile. You see a link there, click on it, and you'll see my link tree. Click on it, you apply. You need to apply. If you fit, then you'll be able to book an interview, right? Just a few minutes of discussion to see whether it's a fit for you and for us. Remember, it's very exclusive. Only 20 people, right? Good. Link tree, the link tree in my social media profile, or this one that you're seeing on your screen, copy it or screenshot, go there, apply, and you'll be able to choose a date. The discussion will be just about 10-15 minutes, and you may join, but the seats are almost gone. That's our highest level training program, okay? Also, if you're not there yet, at that level yet, I do a 5-minute broadcast every day. 5 minutes broadcast every day for something less than the price of a cup of coffee, right? In a month, you subscribe. What you used to subscribe in a month is less than the price of a cup of coffee. 365 days with Sam Adeyemi, that's what we call it. 365 days with Sam Adeyemi. So the link to that you'll also find on that link tree, right? The link to that you find also on that link tree. 5 minutes every day. You need, some of us need a reset, right? So you need, and this is rich. So just imagine listening to something like this every day for 5 minutes, every day for 5. That's the only way you get there, right? So 365 days is also on that link tree, okay? Subscribe and join us there, okay? Finally, before I begin to take the questions, I want to coach some people. I want to take some people through the application, right, of the shifts principles. I want to teach it like a class, okay? Now, it will be on 3 levels because actually we're having a school, the Shifts Transformation Institute, okay? And the courses will be on 3 levels: personal transformation shifts. I want to take some people 8 to 12 weeks, maybe 8 weeks or 9 weeks, and we'll meet once a week online, okay? Once a week online. right? And then that's the personal transformation shift. Another class will be the organizational transformation shift. If you're a leader in an organization, so I want to teach how you can apply this and use it to transform your organization. And I'm also going to take the training, the course on national transformation shifts. If your vision is to transform an organization or to function at the high level, at the national level, I want to teach how to use these principles to transform whole nations. That's my plan. That's the plan. That's the idea. But I just wanted to ask, would you be keen on such a program? Yes, there'll be a fee involved, of course. But would you be keen in attending such a course? Do you think it will be helpful to a lot of people? Right? Please answer me in the chat room. I want to get some feedback before I go too far with it. Because next stage now is action, execution. But I need to be sure that, oh, somebody says I'm in, right? Thank you. Thank you, Zion. Yes, please. Oh, Adigun says, Temitope says I'm in too. Oh, thank you. That's encouraging, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, Sam, Bolu Sam. I would like to, it will be helpful. Joshua says it will be super helpful. She says yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm getting so many yes. Oh, wow, wow, wow. So many. Oh, wow. Okay, thank you. That's a lot of positive responses. So I'll Juliet says it's absolutely necessary. Thank you. This is so encouraging. We're going to let you know the next step. We have no option but to be in, says Musa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pastor Tim says I'm in. Blessing says yes, I'm in. Dr. Maria says I'm in. Benjamin says distance is my challenge. It will actually start online. Yes, it's going to be online for a start. It's going to be online. Fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Wow, that's so encouraging. Okay, I can take the questions now. I can take the questions. Oh, Dr. Maria says actually it was a question I asked earlier. Thank you. Thank you. So I answered the question, right? Fantastic. This is so positive. Oluwaseyi says nothing great is cheap. We will pay. Thank you. It means you have value for yourself. See, when I buy a book or I buy a course or I buy coaching, I don't ask myself, oh, is it worth that amount? No, am I worth this investment? That's a better question to ask, right? Is my destiny worth this investment? All right. Any questions for me in the chat room before we go? Good. What do we do when those we're leading do not want to listen and see us as hijacking their lives? Good question. Good question. So you want to lead, you want to influence, but you're getting resistance. The people you're leading, their attitude is showing like you are an interloper, you are here to disturb their lives, so to speak. It's the same thing with selling, right? Selling comes with a lot of rejection like that, right? If you're experienced in selling. Don't worry, the people who say I joined late, don't worry. Not long after we're done, it will be on LinkedIn, it will be on YouTube, especially YouTube, my YouTube page, it will be there. And you can watch everything all over, okay? Good. So honestly, this question addresses the foundation of leadership. How do you influence people who are not interested in being influenced, people who are comfortable with the life they are living? You sell them a vision. Pay attention to the fact that I use the word sell. See, so what do you do in selling? The first thing you do is to listen. The first thing to do is to listen, because the vision that you are providing has got to be a solution to their problems. Very important. And you won't know what their problems are until you listen to them. So take time to talk to them. Find out their greatest aspirations. Find out what their problems are, right? And then you will find out that your vision actually plugs in, fits what some of them are going through. Example, I had an experience in Daystar one day. You know, I got this vision, this inspiration. Church was about 500, and I saw us going to 2,000. I announced it on a Sunday. I'm happy to inform you we're moving from 500 to 2,000. I was expecting everybody to be happy to reach it. They were just looking at me. So I was wondering, what did I say wrong? At the end of the service, someone walked up to me and said, "So we thank God we're going from 500 to 2,000, right?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Fantastic." She said, "So it means that the new people that are coming will be more than those of us that are in now." I said, "Yeah." She said, "So it means that I will not be able to walk up to you like this anymore. I will have to book an appointment with your personal assistant." So I saw where she was going. While I was excited, I saw it as a positive thing that we were going to grow and be 4 times our current size. She was seeing how it would impact her negatively. So I quickly said, "Oh, no, not for somebody like you. No, 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 no. You'll always have access to me." I went home thinking and thinking, wow. So that's why they did not clap. So I came back the following Sunday. I repeated the same announcement, but in a different way. I said, like I said last Sunday, we're going from 500 to 2,000. I said, some of you have been praying for wives. You've not gotten the wife yet. Your wife is not here. Your wife is one of those new people that are coming. Then I had someone say, amen. So some of you have been praying for husbands. Your husband is not here yet. Your husband is one of the new people coming. In fact, there's someone here, you've been looking for someone to give you a job. Your employer is one of those new people that are coming. That was when they were saying amen, and they now started clapping. Wow. Nobody cares about your vision. They care about what your vision will do for them. Right? Just like anything that you want to sell, who cares? It's got to solve a problem for them. So that's how you persuade people, one at a time. One at a time. Put what is of benefit to them, how your vision will benefit them, how following you will benefit them or transform their lives. Put that in your communication, and you'll be amazed how their response is going to change. Is that okay? I hope that helps. How can I get the book shipped? Okay, if you are all over the world, if you have access to Amazon, you can order from Amazon. That's your best bet. In North America, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Target, there. In the UK, Whitestone Bookshop, I think that's the largest bookshop in the UK, and some other bookshops. In Nigeria, Roving Heights Bookshop. If you have access to Daystar Christian Center, there's a bookshop there, Family First Bookshop. I think on Instagram, it's at Family First Bookshop. Roving Heights Bookshop, best bet in Nigeria. Okay, they're on Instagram, or you can just Google Roving Heights Bookshop and you'll see their addresses and their phone number. Call them, they deliver to anywhere in Nigeria. Good. Let me take another question. I'm in my early journey, 23 years, and I'm just focused. I'm learning tech, but it looks so big, although I enjoy speaking to people. What do I do? Yeah, you can develop multiple skills at the same time. It's important you focus too, though. From what you said, tech is your main thing, then do it. Are you talented for it? That needs to be the major deciding thing about the career that you pursue. Go to 16personalities.com, 16personalities.com. Run the assessment there. Okay? Run the assessment there. So it will tell you your own personality type. There are 16 types. It will tell you your own, and you will easily see there the kind of careers people with your personality type should be pursuing. Okay. Mine is the combination INTJ, which they call the mastermind or the architect, right? My brain is designed for strategy. Then you find careers that flow with it. You need to do work that you enjoy doing, work that unleashes your genius, right? Because that's the place where you'll be able to solve problems for people at an extraordinary level. Okay. Another one. How can someone reprogram his subconscious mind since we know that 90% of our decisions come from there? Well, that's what this whole discussion was about. Change what you're seeing and hearing, right? Get the book shifts and then change what you're seeing and hearing. You know what I began to do when I got this framework some 28 years ago? I wrote goals on plain sheets of paper, right? And used sellotape to put them on the wall in my bedroom. And I was seeing that every day. I tore pages of magazines that looked like my future and stuck them on the wall. Example, there was a magazine called Charisma Magazine. I saw a page there. Peter Lowy, I think that's the name of the motivational speaker, himself and his wife. In the background was a crowd in the Coliseum. They packed that Coliseum out for 14,000 people. This was like 1990 what? 98 or so. I tore the page out. Tore the page out and put it on the wall in my bedroom. I said, that's where I'm going. I'm going to be speaking to large crowds like that. It happened. So that's how you change your program. Reading. And by attending this live, you are on already. Okay. Thank you, Juliet. She says, first time I'm hearing it that way. First thing to do in selling is to listen. Yes, ma'am. Okay. It's basically on my personal development. What do you think makes one inconsistent as it pertains to his life and destiny? When you're doing something that you're not motivated to do, right? Yes, when you're doing something that you don't have strong motivation for doing. So you have to start with your why. Why are you doing the things that you're doing? What's your vision at the end of the day? Will what you're doing take you there to where you're going, right? If there's no alignment between the two, you won't have some days you'll have the motivation to do what you want to do. Some other days you won't have the motivation to do what you need to do. What do you do to get people to join you at the early stage of your business and ministry? Have a good mouth. You got to have a powerful vision that will benefit them, and you need to sell. Notice again, I'm emphasizing that word. I didn't say you need to tell. You need to sell the vision to them, right? Show them how their lives are going to change. But is that not what Jesus Christ did when he was just starting out? Walked up to people who were already gainfully employed, some of them in their father's business, fishing business, and said, come with me. I will make you. He didn't say I will teach you. I will make you. Fishers of men, someone who has influence with people. For people to abandon their family businesses and follow him means he did a good job. They got the picture clear. We are going to change the world. They knew they were going to make better use of their lives following him than staying in their father's businesses, in their father's business for the sons of Zebedee, right? And their father too agreed. So have a good mouth, right? Sell your vision. Sell your vision. Is that not what I've been doing all through this session? Right? Yeah. But let me say this. Don't do it just as a technique. The starting point. Do you really care about people? Do you really love people? Are you willing to do it even if nobody paid you? Then you are on to something. right? I want to see people's lives change. People know it, right? I love people. I care for people. The human being is the most valuable asset God put on this planet. I hate it when human potential is wasted, right? When you're on that frequency, you don't have a problem getting people to buy into you or to buy into your message, right? Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Let me take just one. Oh. Thank you, Alison. Nobody cares about your vision. They care about how your vision will benefit them. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Prof. Our in-house Prof, Professor Joe. Wisdomic, practicable nuggets that are real and simple. Thank you. Maybe this will be our last question. I want you guys to go sleep. Those of us who, right, who are already in the night. How do you cope with the job you currently do when you are obviously tired of the job, even though the job is a contract job, a bank to be precise? Good. See, whatever the job is, whether you enjoy it or not, I'll tell you one thing. Most of what you do on the job is routine. What you do with the time outside that job is what will determine how fast you accelerate in life. Should I say that again? Whether you enjoy the job you're doing or not, most of what you do on the job is routine. What you do in the time that you have outside of the job is what determines how fast you will accelerate your progress in life. So, however little that time is on the outside, begin to invest it in your area of genius. Begin to develop yourself. Okay. Take an online course, read some books, right? Follow some mentors. You literally can go to university watching YouTube these days. Okay. Begin to develop and develop and develop and develop so that at some point you can get out of the job that bores you. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. I hope this has been really, really helpful to everybody. Sorry, I can't answer all the questions today. We'll let you know when next we're running our leadership live. Don't forget to go on my link tree. If you don't do anything tonight, go on my link tree. If you are a founder, CEO, and let's say legacy is important to you, significance is important to you, self-actualization is important to you, then you need to be at our C-suite retreat, okay? So it's on the link tree. If you are not part of 365 Days with Sam Adeyemi yet, 5 minutes audio broadcast every day, it's on the link tree. So thank you so much, everyone. Do have a restful night, an inspiring day ahead. Have a very, very successful and prosperous week. Thank you. So to close, I just want to be really sure that this has been helpful to someone. If it has been, can you help me to type a Y, letter Y for yes in the chat room? If I get 10, then I will believe that this broadcast was really helpful to someone. Thank you. Just type letter Y. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my God, I got the 10. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing week. Love you all loads. Bye for now.